What's good, people? Them
Welcome back. We are here again.
once again. Happy New Month.
Happy new month.
The
Wow.
second month of 2022.
Yeah, after a long January.
Indeed. You feel it was long?
It was long.
Really?
January was long. January was
I feel like it
long,
was short.
man. January was long. There was like 5 weekends of January was long.
Fair enough.
January was long. Feb is short because we're already like what? This is like the 5th or 4th.
Yeah.
Like,
28 days.
yeah, Feb is sweet and short already. Like
This is a month where, is it the 28th day that's not always there or the 29th day?
29th.
29th day.
29th.
Yeah, so whoever was born on the 29th.
It's peak. I got a little niece that was born on the 29th.
Seriously?
Yeah, so she just goes on the 28th.
How old is she? Well, hypothetically.
How
Or
old
when
is
was
she
she born? When was she born? Let me
She's
see.
be like 10. Like 2011 or
Right.
2012 something.
So
like
what day did she celebrate her birthday on?
28th.
So it's not even really.
Nice.
It's not your birthday. Your birthday just
There's no
disappears.
rules. That's mad though. 29th.
It's mad. It is.
Boy. But yeah, as usual, we've got the UK weather doing the madness.
Yes.
In all honesty, I have to credit the weather because it hasn't been cold. For me personally, I don't feel like this has been a cold winter.
Not like last year, like
Yeah.
back end of last year. That was something else.
If
man.
anything, I feel like this summer is actually gonna be warm. Because last year we had
think-
1 week of sun.
I
One
think-
week.
I think.
Hey,
In fact, last week I was just on ASOS.
yeah.
I was just looking. I was
Hey,
looking
this
to
guy,
buy
you really started buying shorts?
No. I saw Ray-Bans
Okay.
go down from 131 to £40.
£40.
40, bro.
Pause
40.
pause the podcast.
I wasn't even looking for it.
Let's pause this show. I need to do some
40.
research. 40.
Full. It was actually 50,
Yeah.
but ASOS said
And it
if
said
you
in
apply,
stock.
yes, in stock, low stock.
Hey, that's mad.
Yeah, I apologize. I didn't. I'll send it to you next time. I sent it to a
Can you
couple
see
people.
this?
But I
Can you
forgot.
see this?
forgot
I
about
don't
it.
put that. Rah, 40.
£40. I was so shocked. I said, listen, I know I don't need this now, but I'm
But
sorry.
you just have to just.
I
you know,
have to. Definitely.
It makes sense.
Definitely.
Save it for a rainy day. Well, not rainy day. Save it for a sunny
A
day.
sunny day. Kai.
Wait,
Man, I don't think I ever see a deal like that again.
that's
man.
a serious deal.
Very.
Wait, yeah, I'm gonna go and do some browsing. That's what I'm using this weekend for. I'm browsing. But, boy, listen, the man Dominic Cummings is coming on smoke. He's coming on smoke.
Yeah.
Listen, he said he's not gonna leave no stone unturned. He wants Boris to answer for his crimes.
Indeed.
And the mad thing is, them man were boys.
Mm-hmm.
That was his advisor. That was his advisor. That was pretty much the
Oh,
closest
that's
person to
him. He's the
Yeah.
one. He's the one that snaked him in the first place.
Yeah.
Ah.
And he's promised us that there's more and more stuff. This is filming like a film. This is a scandal. Boris probably got blackmailed and he's probably like, oh yeah, listen, I'm not on it. I don't care. Listen, do your worst. And Dominic comes saying,
"Do your
calm,
worst,
I'll do
go
it."
on. I'm
And
ready
just
for
teasing the information. But yeah, man, Boris is still hanging in there, even though a lot of the bench has left. Like yesterday, like 4 or 5 people stepped down, which is yeah. Bare man stepped down. Huh?
More people switching sides, or is it just
No, I
people
mean
that
stepped down, retired. They said they're out. They're
Really?
not, yeah.
Man,
Because just more and more information is just coming out every day.
there'll be no more Tory by then.
They'll be, the whole party disbanded.
That's good. I appreciate that.
Fam,
I appreciate that.
boy, hey, this yeah, man.
He's just waiting for Sue Gray to, look at inquiry.
Yeah, it will be foolish to have a
Exactly.
before the investigation is complete.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mr. Boris Johnson.
He's amazing, man.
But yeah, talking football since we love football. Yeah. How are you feeling with Mr. Aubameyang? We're gonna get into that other. I don't even know what it's called. That debacle, that madness, that scandal, that whole trash. But Mr. Aubameyang has gone and left your club.
He's gone, and it's sad. Apparently he said to the media, it's only Arteta he had a problem with. Till to this day, we don't know exactly what happened between them. But sad, yes, because he was a fan favourite for most of his tenure at the club, House Football Club. For those are football fans. But at the same time, it's time to go, as the late Claude said, and it was time for Batman to go. Because when an employee is not working and you give him chance after chance after chance, and he's not trying, it doesn't look like he's trying, at some point you need to cut them off.
It's true, and football is a business now, so hey.
I'm happy he took that plane from Gabon straight to Spain.
Yep.
And he mutually cut ties, cut ties for good, and the pockets are lighter for that. Even though we didn't buy anyone, apart from someone from Stan Kroenke's team in America.
Yeah, that's a bit mad. But talking about cutting ties, and this one, I don't want to even dwell on it for too long, because even when I think about this whole thing, it just irks me. It just annoys me. There's certain things in this world that just annoy me so much and just frustrate me. Certain things that, there's not a lot of things that get to me, but there are some few things that people do in this world that if I can see you on the street, I will run up to you and I'll punch you. I'm sorry, I will do it, because I don't believe that any man should be abusive to his partner or abusive to any woman, whether that's emotionally, whether that's physically, verbally. I don't feel like you should do that. And any man that
just in general, as a human being, as someone that's stronger, to abuse someone that's weaker.
Exactly.
That is weakness in itself.
That is weakness. And for me, I cannot stand for that. So when it came out that a player from my team, Mason Greenwood, I don't really even give him no spotlight, because I know you guys probably even know everything about this. When it came out that he was doing all this stuff, disappointment wasn't even like the worst. Like, I was infuriated, I was angry, I was annoyed about the whole thing, because forget the fact that he's a promising talent and stuff like that, is the fact that he's also young as well. And like, fam, I don't understand what reason you have to be doing such. I don't understand. Especially now, like, no one can tell me that you don't know that concept. Maybe back in the day, 50 years ago, that you would even say possibly, oh yeah, it was a different time and men were more like, I don't know, toxic or whatever they were. Yeah. But in this day and age, Donny's only like 20. You've been taught that from. Just get out. Get out. Like, come on, man. He's done anyway. He's done anyway. He's
finished. I was just so shocked.
I was so shocked.
Like, obviously, you're not naive to the point where you don't believe there are people like that out there. But when you find out, it's still so shocking.
That's the thing. It's so shocking.
Especially for the fans of the club, he's one of your own, and he just did that. He's let a lot of people down. And
let a lot of people down. And again, that's why we have to be careful as well. We know these guys are like superstars in whatever their profession is, musicians, artists, and all this kind of stuff, and we credit them because of their craft. But we should also be careful in terms of not rating them too highly or thinking of them as like being outside of the world of making mistakes and stuff like that. They're still human beings.
100%.
Don't put anybody on that pedestal.
Definitely.
Especially if they haven't even shown you anything there. Like,
yeah. Honestly, so just want justice to be served.
100%.
But the crazy thing is that, like, you can we're men of faith. You can receive forgiveness from God. You can even receive forgiveness from friends and family. But in this society, there are certain things that when people find out you've done that, you're finished.
That's the thing.
Potentially for the rest of your time with this earth and this life, you're actually finished.
That's right, boy. There's consequences, man. There's consequences. People think. You think before you do stuff. Like, imagine, like, and fam, even for him, he should be disappointed in himself. The fact that he spent how many years, 20 years, training to reach the level that he is, and it's just wasted.
No, 100%.
It's wasted. You can't work within that industry at all. You can't really work in the sport. You can't do anything. You might as well just move to Mars.
I don't want to think too much about it, but it makes me think, like, when did this start?
That's what I want.
Who did he learn this from? Who did you see this?
That's what I want to know, because it doesn't really make sense to me. It doesn't. But again, human beings, innit? Human beings.
Definitely. And Oof. Anyway,
let's move on because
yeah. I saw the film. I don't know if you saw the trailer. What was it? High Moon with Halle Berry.
I haven't even seen this. Did it just come out recently? Or was it?
Yeah. Just this week.
Oh yeah, I'm behind. I'm slacking when it comes to film, man. I don't think I've watched anything in cinema this year. I don't think so. No. Have I told you about my worst? This is the last thing I'm gonna say because even when I think about it now, it's just like. But have I told you about my worst cinema experience? Okay, so
Story time.
Actually, no.
Maybe we should have a story time segment.
Yeah, I actually have two. Yeah. So there was one day, and this was with the person I was seeing at the time. It was a couple of years ago, and I was running late. This whole day has really just been like a mad day. It was like how this morning was, just raining, grey day. It was like in like January or something like that. Just a very dry day. Cool. We agreed we'll go on cinema, and the day was just moving along. I was late, running late, raining, everything. Get to the cinema now. She's already waiting. I was like, cool. Go. I'll pay for the tickets and everything. This was one of these Odeon Lux places, whatever. So the cinema tickets just for the film were already like 20 something pounds or something like that. Cool. I now go and I'm now like, cool, what do you want? I'm getting the food and everything like that, like hot dogs, what do you call it? Popcorn, everything. And I'm carrying it, yeah. I get to the row or the seat. Oh, excuse me. I get to my edge.
Yeah, go on, Karen.
Boom! Everything drops.
Just like in the movies.
I just wanted to
on her.
On me. Just
on
on
you?
The film. Yeah, on me.
Oh man.
Everything drops.
So you're carrying popcorn,
hot dog, drinks.
I think I got nachos as well. All that stuff in the first. Why did you even come into the screen?
I don't know. I don't know how I got there, but it was just so mad. It's when I now sat down. Damn. Well, not even sat down. I was coming. I've reached the end. Yeah. I'm now supposed to sit down. Pow. Whole thing was just a mess.
Was it all at once or like?
It was like one by one. It happened in slow motion. I couldn't do anything about it.
That's crazy.
You can't even do anything about it.
You can't react quick enough.
Messed up one pair of shoes as well. And do you know what put the ice on the cake as well? So she doesn't like, it was a pair of Yeezys, yeah, Yeezy 500s. Not everyone's cup of tea, I like them. One of my favorite Yeezys, yeah. My favorite Yeezy. And she doesn't like that shoe. This was the first time I wore it, yeah. And then she said,
she said,
good.
Oh, no.
I wanted to just run to the screen and just see it.
No.
I wanted to jump through the screen.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
No way. No
experience ever.
No.
Yeah, man.
I knew that was coming as well.
Yeah, I was just like,
unbelievable.
Wait,
that's
what?
The worst thing. That's the last thing you want to hear.
Fam. Yeah, man. I nearly call it quits with cinema after that.
Seriously?
I nearly. Because it was
for
just
life.
Fam.
Nah, maybe for a couple months.
It was for a couple months. Because I was just like, bro.
Really?
And all the peace that I've just wasted as well. I'm just not the whole day. The tickets for both of us already spent like how much? That was already like £40 or something.
Hey, what have you did you see?
Lux. It's
Lux.
It's like the Lux.
Yeah.
Like the proper like audio
Flipping
thing.
head.
So, and then all the food as well. And I was even running late, so I had to get like Uber there and all of this. It was just the whole day was just a big L. It was a big L.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man, interesting cinema experience.
That's crazy. That is so mad. Did you watch the movie?
I watched the movie.
Did you enjoy
I can't even remember what film it is now as well, but I couldn't have enjoyed it.
That'd be so. I don't know what I would do, man.
Yeah, man.
Would I go home? Nah, I paid money for the tickets.
Do you know what was even worse as well?
What?
I had to sit in that seat because there's no other seats. I can't remember what film it was, but that couldn't move. So I was there basically trying to avoid stepping down.
And there were people on your right and your left as well.
Yeah. I couldn't do anything.
But you never affected them with your.
No.
What did they do? Did they just look at you?
Just look at me. Wait. Are you gonna fight me now? Make my day even worse? Oh man, yeah. That was the worst. That was probably my worst day.
That sounds terrible.
The whole day was just an L. Like it was just one of those days.
When you wake up and you have those days, you never expect it. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't expect the day to even pan out the way that it panned out. Man. And the fact that I can remember it so vividly in my mind as well. That's how you know it was just such a long day, man.
Boy.
Yeah,
I just can't get over it. He said good.
Yes.
I always felt to go. Do you know what I mean? They did.
He said good. It's because you're wearing those shoes. I just wanted to just explode. I just wanted to just say,
especially when family members, they say good for something.
Yeah.
That gets on your nerves.
And it hurts. It's like they want you to feel the pain.
Especially your parents. Yeah. They say good.
Good for you.
What do you mean?
What do you mean good? That is what. That's
a trigger.
That's a trigger. That is a trigger.
Big trigger point.
That's not. That's a macroaggression.
No, definitely, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, man.
Cool. So, main conversation today, is Power, not the TV show.
Not the TV show.
Although the TV show.
Have you been watching the Power? Which one? Power Book 2 Ghost.
Yes, but
are you
I'm
up
not
to date?
fully up to date.
Have you watched the last 2 episodes?
Nah.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything because it's mad. Power Book 2 might be better than original Power.
Okay, I don't
it
know.
Might just be.
I don't
After
know
these
about
episodes, I was just thinking, wait, what? Hey.
I don't know about that. Well, obviously, I heard it's crazy because basically,
it was mad.
During the Christmas period,
yeah,
I don't even watch shows often, but when I do, I really get into them. So I binged the whole first season in like 3 days.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, cool. Since season 2 is happening, let me just wait until the end of Jan for season 2 to finish, and then I'll just do the same thing. So I started episode 1.
Okay.
I heard it's crazy.
Yeah, I'd say just wait. We'll say this gets a bit mad. It gets a bit mad.
I really saw on Instagram the note that goes through for.
That is the funniest thing.
I knew you'd be here, little
nigga. Do you know I was laughing? I said ghost, even from the grave.
Yeah.
How can you do that? You know, at the beginning of the episode, when he said that, I was thinking, what could it be? Maybe some money or something like that. Ghost said, I knew you'd be here. I was like, nah, man. Ghost,
I know.
This is your son. Nah, man. I knew you end up here, little digger. And it might, man, it's too fun. Too fun.
So, in relation to Power, I've been thinking recently how, how, or should I say, what the power dynamic is in our culture, in our relationships, in our society. Who really has the power in certain scenarios, and I guess we can start from there.
There's a lot to power. The whole concept of power is mad, and a lot of people don't actually even like the term, especially in this PG generation. Power, no one should be power. Let me ask you a question first. Yeah, do you believe that some people should be more powerful than others, or can be more powerful, or let me phrase it like this: do you believe that there is hierarchy and hierarchy should exist?
First of all, defining power, are you talking about
just a general
influence? Then
it can be influence, it can be in terms of position, it can be in terms of experience.
Okay.
Just the general idea of power. Whenever you think of somebody being in more power or more powerful position than you, so everything that that relates to someone being like in a position of authority.
Yeah, in terms of hierarchy, I think it's needed for all the purposes, isn't it? For structural purposes, I think it's needed.
But then why do I see so many conversations popping up where, like, the idea of hierarchy is a bad thing?
I feel like I've seen conversations like that.
I've seen so many.
I swear I've seen people say everyone should be on the same level.
That's it. And even where like it's, and even in conversations where that's not like blatantly that the thing. There's so many times that I'll hear someone speaking subliminal, and that's like, is it that? I don't know. Is everyone meant to be on the same playing field?
Yeah. I don't understand in this day and age as well, man. It's like it's also a thing in this day and age where everyone wants to be a CEO. Everyone wants to be, the shareholder or whatever. But no one wants to be, let's say, just throwing out there, the chief executive or the head of operations or everyone wants to be that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't really work like that all
Everybody,
the time.
And the thing is, again, there's so many different ways. Yeah, this is not even when you even posed like the topic to me as well. This is not what I was even thinking about. It just popped into my head. But like even in terms of like dynamics and relationships and stuff like that, I see so many conversations with like women trying to be the man or man trying to be the woman and stuff like that. Like my husband shouldn't be more powerful than me or whatever, or this or that, or like there shouldn't be a hierarchy or there shouldn't be this or that, or even within parenthood and stuff like that. Like it feels like this generation or the world right now has a problem with the sense of hierarchy and power, of people being in a more powerful position than others. And it got me thinking because, well, for me again, and I'm sure probably for you as well, we've kind of grown up, especially being from like African backgrounds, grown up with, understanding fundamentally that number one, listen, you're going to listen to your parents, you have to respect them. Yeah. Even though a lot of the time they demanded it, like
no free will.
There was no free will, and it was free fair rather than I would slap you if you do that kind of thing. But there was a sense of respect that you can now appreciate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when I look now, it's like children don't even respect adults.
Yeah, it's like inverse. Yeah, inverse relationship.
It's like adults now have to cater to the child. And I find it a bit weird.
It's very strange. A lot of things are just going backwards, bro. It's crazy. I mean, I've never witnessed it, but I've seen people say they've seen in, like, for example, in public spaces. Kids disrespecting parents.
Yeah.
I'm sure as well, and definitely, as you said, in some households, it's the kids that have their way. They choose what they want to do, what they don't want to do, and then the parent kind of succumbs to their demands or how they feel. And that's just like, who are the adults? I mean, if there's no order, then how can there be function?
It's true.
How?
It's true. That's facts.
That is
facts. I mean, we've come to this position, that we are in this modern society, in this complex society. We've only been able to reach this level, through some people being more powerful than others. And I'm not saying that people should abuse their power. I'm gonna get into that whole side, but just in terms of a hierarchy and people being in a more powerful position than others, it's going to happen. Even if you look into the animal kingdom, you see hierarchy, you see power, you see people, you see animals that have more authority, and again, it's needed for the community to survive. I mean, we all like to, get onto the government, and I get onto the government because I feel like some of these guys are incompetent. But again, imagine if the government had no power, or let's say police had no power, or whatever. If teachers in school, I'm not even sure if teachers in school, do they still call teachers Miss and Sir?
Boy, I've heard.
Do they call teachers Miss and Sir still?
Their names.
It's probably Thomas now. It's just Thomas. It's Thomas. Imagine
I have seen that.
Imagine an 11-year-old year 7 student calling the teacher Thomas. What is that? I mean, even up until uni, I was still calling them Miss and Sir, and they had a problem with it because most of them are like PhD students and stuff like that. They don't call me Sir. I'm like, you're teaching me something. That's how I kind of came up. I'm sorry, but that's how I came up.
Yeah, exactly.
But let me even just sad to leave that side.
Yeah, and even even as you were speaking before, the camera's rolling. The dynamic in relationships too. Yeah. How, for the last year, whatever, the conversation of high value and the dynamic the dynamic of the relationship between men and women has come up. You know, is it really the man that has the power in the relationship? When you consider in the household, the woman with her genetics, she's the one that bears the children, and 9 times out of 10 will have most of the custody of the children. She's the one that controls the sex in the relationship. If you're a guy like me, which most of you are, you're an exception. You can't cook much. You do the bare minimum.
Whiz in the kitchen,
you do
boy.
the bare minimum. You don't qualify. You don't qualify to be working in the kitchen. You know? And also, women are more sensitive and more emotional. I was even watching a reaction of the American guys. I think we've reacted to reacting to Backchat, and how one of the girls offended one of the guys by crossing the line and saying, "Oh, your mum is dead." Yeah.
What?
But for some reason, the girl on her right said, "Oh, stop attacking her," because he was throwing insults too. Stop attacking her. You know, you're being rude. You're not thinking. I mean,
fam, wait.
And the truth is, women are judged differently when it comes to, in that space, when it comes to, you know, the sensitivity of subject matters.
102%.
So, when we talk about that, and let's talk about also cases where, if a woman, like the boy that cried wolf, you know, shouts rape or whatnot, the man, more often than not, will be charged guilty before proven, or will be heavily scrutinized to find out the truth.
Yep, 100%.
So,
100%.
Do men really have the power?
That's why, again, I have to question some people, and again, it's not everybody, but I have to question some feminists, I'll call them radical feminists, that believe that this society that we're living in still is a patriarchal society, or men would have all the power, or all of this. There's so much inequality and stuff like that. Because for me, as a man in 2022, I feel, what's the opposite of power? I feel weak. I feel weak. So I'll tell you why I feel weak. Because
strong words.
I feel weak because I feel like I cannot be my true self in a lot of settings. Because if I am my true self, I'll be seen as aggressive, loud, confrontational, stuff like that. Me, I'm a very passionate guy. If I get into a topic, I will start speaking on the topic properly. But if I do that, why are you so angry? No, I'm not angry. If I was angry, you'll see me stand up and my hands will be moving. Like, I'm not angry, I'm speaking.
Exactly,
Like, there's so many examples. You mentioned, like, even like, to do with like, I'm losing my train of thought. You mentioned even like the situation, and it is a sensitive topic of like when people have rape allegations and stuff like that. More often than not, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't take it seriously.
No,
but
of
more
course
often than not,
no.
the man is guilty before even any questions I even ask.
Definitely.
Again, that's a topic for another day. But even in terms of like, let's say, a dynamic of like kids and stuff like that, a lot of women use the fact that they've got a kid from a man to and they exploit that power over the guy. The guy can't see anything. If you go to court now and two people are split up, the woman is more often going to get the child. So again, are men really that powerful? And I know some people right now are rattled and thinking, wait, what do you mean? And it's always going to come down to pay, because everyone likes to say that there's no equal pay and stuff like that. But again, me being somebody that does research and stuff like that, I want people to show me where these, because for me now, I feel like the playing field is very even now.
Yes.
It's very even. And I don't want people to just come and bring out stats like comparing guys to girls. within the certain industry and within a certain role, that's what I need to compare. Because you can't compare a guy that's an engineer and a lady that's a cleaner. You're doing two different roles. So obviously the guy's gotta make a thing. So bring me the real statistics, because now it looks like everything has changed. There are women in those positions of power and in CEOs and stuff like that. So, are we that bad? Do men really have all the power right now?
And I feel like with what you said there, I think people pick and choose when they want to play that card.
That's the thing. That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah.
That's what I have a problem with, because at least if you're going to don't be switching sides. Don't switch sides. If exactly. don't be changing lanes. You're changing lanes rather than checking your mirrors. What is this? That's a car crash. You're not in a Tesla. What is this?
This is definitely going to sniff it. It's definitely going to sniff it.
But it's true though. It's true though. We will just be saying things without even checking the facts or even looking into to see how true what I'm saying is it even actually making sense.
No, 100%. I fully agree. Yeah, it's boy, 2022, 20th century, new decade.
Wait.
Wow.
Society's
all over the place.
It is all over the place. It is all over the place. And again, this is why I don't know. More of these conversations need to be had in general, and that's why I'm saying, like, for me, again, like, I don't have a problem, and I'll say it very clearly, I don't have a problem with feminists. I like feminists, and I like the idea of, you know, making it what I'm entitled to, you can be entitled to. We are equal in that sense. But radical feminism, where people are now trying to create images and depict a society that we're not actually living in, and convincing people that men are bad and stuff like that, I'm sorry, I can't stand for it. Because again, most guys will tell you they cannot be their true self in most settings. A lot of the time, guys have to make themselves more passive and stuff like that, because you have to be politically correct. You have to, you know, make everyone feel comfortable.
No, definitely. No, I 100% agree. And with women, you know, if it gets to a stage where they feel like their voice is not being heard, or they feel angry or passionate about something, more often than not, again, it's not being biased. I guess, yes, some man needs to have a conversation with women too, I agree. But more often than not, you know, the woman's voice will be more catered to, will be more heard, and how she wants to express herself, for people to understand her.
And do you know why that is? It's because, again, for me, again, I say men or women are different. We're different in physically, we're different in terms of chemistry, and there's a lot of factors that make us different. And we both have skill sets, or, you know, qualities that make us powerful in whatever sense. Physically, men in general are powerful. Obviously, there's some women that are strong, but in general, men are built stronger than women. Emotionally and stuff like that, women are stronger than men. Women tend to be a lot more in touch with their emotions than men are.
Definitely,
A woman can, and again, some women exploit that. That is their power, to exploit that.
Bruni Renner. Sorry. It's not COVID. Sorry, man.
No, but it's what you're saying is come on the show. Let's chop it up. But yeah, that's their power. They're more in touch with their emotion. That's why a woman can walk into a room and say, this guy hit me, or this guy did this to me, and she'll be heard. Because naturally you can express that emotion a lot more than, and again, it's not in all cases, but in general, you are more emotional, more nurturing, and more caring than guys are. Kind of thing.
Definitely. It's scary as well. I think, talking about the paradigm, especially between men and women, I wouldn't say fearful, scared, but to an extent, I am scared of women.
I am.
You know?
I'm scared of women. I'm scared. I'll give you an example. Again, and this is a very specific example. I will say again, whenever I'm walking at night and I see a white lady in general, I cross the road. Even before they even want to attempt to cross, I will cross the road. I've seen you from down the road and I've crossed. Why? Because I know and I feel and I've had experiences where, again, I want to make them feel comfortable because I just know. Again, look at that. Me having to, become more passive, play myself down to make you feel more comfortable and stuff like that. Because I've had experiences where women or white ladies have been walking at night or just walked past the car and you felt the need to lock it. No, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, wait, you can't hear it? I can't hear it. Mm-hmm. I'm scared. Mm-hmm. I'm scared because I know that one call and that's it. I'll be in handcuffs and
exactly. Yeah. No. I fully.
You know, I'm also scared. I'm scared that obviously I'm planning to get married and settle down. But let's say now I was gonna have a child now, for whatever reason, me and my partner fall out. I'm scared that I might not be able to see my child.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of some guys I know that have gone through that 100%. That's a fact. And it's crazy.
So do we really have all the power?
Yeah.
Are we that bad? Are we really just...
Money is not enough, man. Money is not enough. And even that resource, is taken. Again, it's not me making a rally for men, but I'm just...
I'm not even rallying for men. I'm speaking for myself.
Even that resource of money, can be, I think generally men might earn more than women, even like you said, things are even up. But even that resource of money can be taken by women in different ways.
Yeah.
Whether that's through unfortunate divorces or men who, are paying women, to be intimate with them. It's...
And then when I think about it as well, even in terms of money and stuff like that, the reason why it looks like more men earn more than women is because of the nature of the jobs that the men are doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it mainly is, because again, when I was in, again, it's changed a lot now, but a lot of the high-paying jobs within like science and technology is definitely changing now. It's definitely changing now. A lot of those kind of high-paying jobs is men that were traditionally studying those things and going into those industries. But obviously now that it's changing, you're seeing women in those positions as well.
But it's funny as well because even the purpose to amount a certain amount of resources when you're talking about monetary value, is for women.
That's what that's the thing that
whether it's women or women.
Do you know do you know, bruv, a guy goes to work, I'm making it very basic. Obviously, you need to eat, you need to shower and stuff like that. But most guys work because they're trying to, whether it's impress a lady or whether it's to cater for the lady, their wife, or their partner, or their family. It's more time. The money's coming back home or coming to the mum. Do you know what I mean? That's why most guys go to work. Obviously, this is not all cases, but majority of heterosexual men are doing it for the thing. Again, if you're gonna say to buy a car or to look fly, stuff like that, who's that for? To impress a lady. Ultimately, that's all it's coming down for.
No, I definitely agree.
All I'm saying is give us a break. You know
what
I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Because I know people will be watching this and like, oh, look at this guy trying to get this. No. I'm just saying, just give us a little bit of a break, man. Understand where we're coming from. We are not bad people.
Yeah.
We're not as bad as society wants to make us.
And even though there are areas that some people would want to see more equality in, but when you look at it in hindsight with what we've spoken about, like with everything we've spoken about, even though we try our best not to be biased, although we're men. Now I've lost my train of thought. I need to bring it back. Yes, some people want to see more equality, but when you think about it, we are in many areas, not all areas, but many areas we are equal. And one party will have an advantage over the other.
That's the thing.
You know,
in anything, in a lot of stuff, there is going to be a sense of inequality. But again, it's not. I won't say it's man-made. There's more just in terms of who's more catered for, let's say, a certain role or something like that. Like, some give me an example. Like in a nursery, you'll never really find a nursery full of guys that are. It won't be guys that run in the nursery. It's ladies that you'll find running the nursery. Just like
definitely,
like firemen and stuff like that.
That's a good.
And again, it's because, and again, that's how I feel as well. Because I wouldn't, as a man or just as a person, even a man or a woman, I'm sure most people, if you're being honest, if you walked in, you just got a newborn, wherever, and you want to take them to a nursery, you walked into a nursery and you saw a nursery full of men, like, you'll be like, wait, what? You'll be taken back, 100%.
Definitely,
you'll be taken back.
That was such a good.
You'll be taken back.
Whoa!
Think about it.
No, that's crazy, you know.
That's actually crazy. Am I gonna now be fighting for men to be in thing? No, because again, there's a reason why more women tend to go for that job. It's because they naturally, intrinsically, they have skills that are more, you know what I mean, maternal instincts and stuff like that. So am I now gonna scream inequality? I'm not.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
The same way minors back in the day and even now, minors tend to be men. Because men are more, physical, willing to do more, of hard work, more labor and stuff like that. Because we're actually built like that.
That was a very good example as well, man. So I guess in that scenario, we shouldn't be too quick to.
That's what I'm saying.
To jump on.
It shouldn't be too quick.
Because it's a double-edged sword and it works both ways. And I guess some of our subconscious bias is valid at the same time. It's not an injustice. It's just that's how our society operates, or that's how we work, or that's how things work best.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm saying again. I'm gonna say it again. I'm not here fighting for men, but I'm just saying, just give us a break.
Give us a break.
Give us a little bit of a break, man. Give us a little bit of a break, because as for every point that you want to mention, or someone will want to say that men are more powerful in this sense, or patriarchal society, or whatever, I could counter every single point and I can make it a matriarchal society. For me, I feel like there's a lot more benefits for women than there are for men. If I was now going to go and study a science, or really even just going to study uni or whatever, I feel like I would be more supported as a woman than I would be as a man. There's a lot more, programs and stuff like that for ladies to get into, like sciences and engineering and maths and all that kind of stuff, than there is for men. And that's because we traditionally, women didn't go for those things. But was that really because they weren't allowed to, or was it because they just didn't choose? They weren't really interested in those subjects, but they've got the benefits to do that.
And even in if we, again, this example just came to me, might be the last thing I say. Even in terms of like career, we're talking about positions and titles, culture, society. Let's be honest. If a woman is physically attractive, she may be able, again, not in all circumstances, but she may be able to use that to her advantage to climb the ladder. To climb the climb. Oh my gosh, embarrassing. To climb the ladder faster than men.
Yeah.
Which is true.
It is true.
And I'm not just talking about selling their bodies or sleeping with men in power. Obviously that does happen.
Yeah.
But play the game. Even in the small example of going to the shop.
Isn't that power?
Get the free drink.
Do you know what I mean?
The extra piece of chicken, or I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, when you actually think about it, we do not even have the same amount of benefits. If I was to say anything, and I know a lot of people now are going to be like, you're just saying that. But when you actually think about it, we do not, in this modern society, ladies have more, I feel like they have more benefits than us.
I think so too.
If I was now going to if I was going to any event,
in most cases,
in most cases, yeah. Let me state that as well. In most cases, if I was going to any event or anything, a lady is more likely to get in for free than I am.
100%.
A lady is more likely to get offered, let's say, if it was food or drink or whatever, than I am.
Definitely.
A lady, bruv.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, like, what?
You feel more sorry for a lady than a man. Let's be honest. In most cases, right?
So
let's be honest. Do
we really have all this power that they're saying that we have? Do we really?
It's
because really, except from like, you know, physical power, and again, this is why I said exploitation. Anyone that exploits their power, whether it is in terms of strength, whether it's emotional, whatever kind of way, but I'm not here for that. I'm not here for from both sides, whether it's a man or woman. Like we just spoke about Greenwood, bruv, don't do that. But if we're looking at it, I don't feel like anybody is more powerful than everyone. I feel like we both genders have our qualities, and sometimes one quality will thrive in a certain scene, and another one will thrive in another.
100%, most definitely.
That's my defense, man.
So you already know that the party's coming out. I mean, I already thinking if you can get feminist songs, we can have a good conversation. But this conversation, you know, no one's triggered. You know, it's important to have these conversations to open everyone's minds.
That's the thing.
Because a lot of the times we're very biased to what we believe in is right and correct. But in hindsight, you know, the truth is not always black and white.
It's not.
So,
it's not.
Yeah, it's very wow. That nursery one is still.
Think about it.
It's true. Anyway, guys, we leave it there. Yeah, we got guests on the way. We got things on the way.
Big things on the way.
And we're gonna keep y'all updated.
Come on.
So thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. We out.